My girlfriend said to her sister, "He's getting fat and lazy. I don't know how much longer I can do this." I was bringing up groceries and heard her on FaceTime. I left the groceries and my tea on the counter. Now, she is blowing up my phone with 30 missed calls. Please come back. Hey viewers. Real quick. Only 8% of you watching are subscribed, and the channel's kind of stuck right now. If you enjoy these stories, hitting that subscribe button would really help us keep going. Thanks. Saturday morning at 10:30, Samantha asked me to pick up groceries for dinner because she was too tired to go shopping. We've been living together for 6 months and dating for 18 months total. I handled most of the bills since I made more in construction than she did at her retail job. I spent an hour at the store getting everything on her list plus some extra she liked. Organic this, gluten-free that, the expensive yogurt that cost $8. $140 later, I was hauling 4 bags up to our apartment. My tea was already halfway in the lock when I heard her voice from inside. She was doing her weekly FaceTime call with her sister Ashley that always happened around 11 on Saturdays. I was about to walk in when I heard my name through the door. I mean, look at him, Ashley. Mike's put on like 20 pounds since we moved in together. He just sits around playing video games and eating junk food after work. I froze in the hallway, grocery bags cutting into my hands, and don't even get me started on how lazy he's gotten around here. I have to ask him 3 times to fix anything or help with cleaning. Ashley's voice came through her phone speaker. So why don't you just break up with him? Because he pays the rent and most of our expenses. His construction job pays way better than retail work, but honestly, I don't know how much longer I can pretend to be attracted to someone who's let himself go like this. Let himself go after I work 10-hour days in 100-degree heat. Maybe give him an ultimatum. Ashley suggested. About what? Lose weight or I'm dumping you. I can't do that when he's supporting me financially. I need to be smarter about it. Well, what's the alternative? Keep pretending forever. I'm thinking about dropping hints. Maybe suggest couples, gym memberships, or start cooking healthier meals. Make it seem like it's for both of us, but really focus on getting him back in shape. Make it seem like it was for both of us. She was planning to manipulate me while taking my money. I set the grocery bags down quietly and pulled out my apartment key. I unlocked the door as silently as possible and stepped just inside the entryway where I could hear better. The worst part is he thinks everything's fine. Samantha continued. He comes home tired and thinks that's an excuse to be a couch potato. I'm losing attraction fast, but I can't exactly move out when he's covering my half of everything. She couldn't move out because she needed my money, but she was losing attraction because I worked too hard to entertain her afterward. Maybe start looking for a better paying job so you have options. Ashley said. I've been trying, but nothing pays enough to cover my own rent in this city. I'm basically stuck until I figure something out. Stuck with the guy who loved her and provided for her. What a terrible situation. I'd heard enough. I set the groceries down on the kitchen counter along with my copy of the apartment key, grabbed my wallet and phone, and walked out without saying a word. I got in my truck and drove to my buddy Steve's house to think about what I just learned. The conversation kept replaying in my head, not just the weight comments, but the whole attitude. She was trapped with me because I paid for her lifestyle while secretly planning to change me and lying about her feelings. I started thinking about our living arrangement differently. How she'd moved in after I suggested it to save her money on rent. How she contributed maybe $300 a month while I covered the $1,200 rent plus utilities and groceries. How she'd been treating our relationship like a financial arrangement while I thought it was love. My phone started buzzing around noon. Hey babe. Where did you go? I see the groceries, but not you. I ignored it. 20 minutes later. Mike, are you okay? Your tea is here on the counter. I still ignored it. An hour later, I'm getting worried. Did something happen? Please call me back. She was worried that her meal ticket had disappeared. Day 1. The panic set in. That evening, my phone exploded. 15 missed calls, 20 texts ranging from confused to frantic. Mike, please call me back. I don't understand what happened. Did I do something wrong? Your stuff is still here, so I know you're okay, but please just tell me where you are. I'm really scared something's wrong. Sunday morning brought pure desperation. Mike, I'm freaking out that something happened to you. Can you please just let me know you're alive? I found your tea on the counter and I don't understand why you left it. If you don't respond by tonight, I'm calling your mom. That got my attention. I texted back. I'm fine. Staying at Steve's. Need time to think about some things. Think about what? What's going on? Why was your tea on the counter? Think about whether I want to keep financially supporting someone who talks about me like I'm a burden they're stuck with. Radio silence for 3 hours. Then, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Your FaceTime call with Ashley yesterday. I heard the whole conversation about how fat and lazy I am and how you can't leave because I pay for everything. Oh God, Mike, I can explain. Explain what? How you're trapped with someone you're not attracted to because you need my money. That's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. You told Ashley you're losing attraction but can't move out because I cover your expenses. I was just venting. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. So you were lying to Ashley about how you feel about me. Not lying, just exaggerating because I was frustrated. Which part was exaggerated, being stuck with me, losing attraction, or planning to manipulate me into losing weight? No response for hours. Week 1, the financial reality hit. Monday evening, Samantha tried calling 6 times. I let them all go to voicemail. Tuesday, she enlisted backup. Her mom texted me. Mike, I don't know what happened, but Samantha is beside herself. Can you please talk to her? Then Ashley, the sister who'd heard the whole conversation. Hey, Mike. Sam told me you guys are having problems. She's really upset and wants to work things out. Ashley conveniently forgot she'd been part of the discussion about my weight and Samantha's exit strategies. I responded to Ashley since she'd been there for the conversation. Did Sam tell you I heard what she said about being stuck with me because I pay for everything? She said there was a misunderstanding about something she said. A misunderstanding. Ask her to tell you exactly what she said about losing attraction to me, but not being able to leave because of money. Ashley didn't respond to that. Wednesday, Samantha showed up at Steve's house where I'd been staying. Mike, please just talk to me for 5 minutes. Steve answered the door. He doesn't want to see you right now. I need to explain what happened. What happened is you got caught talking trash about the guy who supports you. Steve said, pretty clear situation. It's not that simple. Seems pretty simple to me. You want his money, but not him. She started crying. That's not true. I love Mike. You love what Mike provides. I called from inside. There's a difference. Please just let me explain. There's nothing to explain, Sam. You were honest with Ashley about how you really feel. I finally heard the truth. She waited outside for 2 hours before giving up. Week 2, the bargaining phase. Thursday, Samantha tried a new approach. She sent a long text about realizing she'd been unfair and wanting to work on things. I've been thinking about what I said and I was wrong to talk about you that way. You work hard and I appreciate everything you do for us. The weight thing was shallow and I'm sorry. Too little, too late. If you appreciated what I do, you wouldn't have told Ashley you're stuck with me because you need my money. I was having a bad day and said things I didn't mean. You said you're losing attraction to me and planning to manipulate me into losing weight. Which part didn't you mean? All of it. I was being dramatic. So you were lying to Ashley about being trapped in our relationship for financial reasons. I wasn't trapped. I was just frustrated and exaggerating. Sam, you specifically said you can't move out because I cover your expenses. That's not exaggeration. That's your actual situation. We're supposed to be a team. Partners support each other. Partners don't secretly resent each other while planning manipulation strategies. Friday, she tried the negotiation route. What if I got a second job and started paying half of everything? Would that prove I'm not just using you? You getting a second job now doesn't change what you said about being stuck with me. I want to show you that I'm committed to us, not just the financial arrangement. The financial arrangement you told Ashley you couldn't afford to leave. I shouldn't have said that, but you did say it because it's true. You can't afford to leave, so you were planning to change me instead. I wasn't planning to change you. The gym membership hints weren't about changing me. I thought it would be good for both of us. You thought of it right after complaining to Ashley about my weight. No response to that. Week 3, the desperation campaign. Samantha ramped up the pressure. She started posting sad quotes on social media about missing someone and relationships being complicated. Her friend, Jenna, called me directly. Mike, what's going on? Sam says you moved out, but won't tell anyone why. Did she tell you what she said about me to Ashley? She said you overheard something that sounded worse than it was. Jenna, she told her sister she's losing attraction to me, but can't leave because I pay for everything. Then she started planning ways to manipulate me into losing weight. She said that word for word while I was buying groceries, she specifically requested with my money. That's really harsh, Mike. I had no idea she felt that way. Neither did I until I heard her being honest with someone else. I'm sorry. That must have been awful to hear. The worst part is she's not sorry about feeling that way. She's sorry she got caught. Saturday, Samantha tried the direct approach. She showed up at the apartment building where Steve lived and buzzed his unit. Mike, I know you're up there. Please just give me 10 minutes. There's nothing to talk about, Sam. I miss you. I miss us. You miss the financial security. Big difference. That's not true. You told Ashley you're stuck with me because you can't afford to leave. That's not love. That's dependence. I was wrong to say that. You were honest when you said that. Everything since then has been damage control. She waited outside Steve's building for 3 hours. She finally left when it started raining. Final update. 6 weeks later. It had been a month and a half since I heard Samantha's real feelings about our relationship. She'd stopped calling 2 weeks ago after Steve told her I'd blocked her number. The aftermath had been educational. Turns out when you remove financial support from someone who was depending on it, reality hits fast. Samantha had to move back in with her parents after missing rent payments. I found this out through Jenna, who said Sam couldn't afford the apartment on her retail salary alone. She's been looking for a second job, but hasn't found anything yet. Jenna told me she's pretty stressed about money. That's what happens when you take someone's financial support for granted. She keeps saying she didn't realize how much you were covering until you left. She knew exactly how much I was covering. She told Ashley she couldn't afford to leave because of it. I think she's learned her lesson about taking people for granted. Good for her. Ashley actually reached out to apologize, which surprised me. I feel terrible about that conversation. I didn't realize how much you were supporting Sam financially. What did you think was happening? I thought you guys split everything equally. When she was complaining about your weight, I told her to just break up with you because I figured she could take care of herself. Now you know why she couldn't. She's been asking me if I think you'd consider getting back together if she got her own place and started paying you back for what you covered. What did you tell her? That she was missing the point. The problem wasn't money. It was that she was using you while complaining about you behind your back. At least someone in that family got it. I've been staying with Steve while looking for my own place. I'd lost 12 pounds in 6 weeks, just from cooking my own meals and not eating out constantly. I started going to the gym, not because someone shamed me into it, but because I had extra time and energy without a relationship that drained both. I met someone new last week. Christina worked as a nurse, had her own apartment, and when she had concerns about something, she talked to me directly instead of complaining to her family while planning manipulation strategies. Wild concept. The best part was running into Samantha at the grocery store last weekend. She was in line ahead of me buying generic brands and using coupons for everything. She looked like she'd lost weight too, probably from the stress of supporting herself. She saw me and started to say something, but I just nodded politely and looked at my phone. No drama, no conversation, just acknowledgement that we were two people who used to know each other. Her cart had about $20 worth of food. Mine had $60 worth because I could afford to buy what I wanted when I wasn't supporting someone who secretly resented me. Sometimes the best revenge is just stopping the behavior that enabled someone's disrespect. Samantha had wanted financial security with someone she found attractive, but couldn't afford to leave the guy who provided security to find the guy she wanted. Now she got to figure out how to pay her own bills while I dated someone who actually liked me instead of tolerating me for the benefits. Turns out, when you stop subsidizing someone's lifestyle, they have to face the real cost of their choices. Who would have thought?